So here's a great reminder of how broken and corrupt our system is. Top Trump consumer protection official has 120 corporate conflicts of interest. The top consumer protection official at the Federal Trade Commission is barred from handling cases involving more than 100 different companies due to conflicts of interest from his prior work as a private sector attorney, according to documents obtained by the consumer group Public Citizen. Smith, who was tapped as the chief of the FTC's Consumer Protection Bureau in May, listed 120 conflicts of on a financial disclosure form that Public Citizen released on Thursday. Among them are Facebook, Equifax, and Uber, all of which are either under investigation by the FTC or operating consent agreements with the agency. Even in an administration full of unprecedented conflicts of interest, Mr. Smith's conflicts stand out from the pack. Lisa Gilbert, Public Citizen's Vice President of Legislative Affairs, said in a statement, quote, "The Federal Trade Commission should be protecting consumers against predatory payday lenders and corporate bad actors rather than giving the corporate lawyer who has represented these companies a job. This is one more example of the fox guarding the henhouse," Gilbert added. So what we're looking at here is the classic far-right move. They fundamentally do not believe that certain government agencies should exist. So what you do is appoint somebody to lead the agency that will handcuff the agency and make it so that the agency functionally doesn't exist. We've seen this with the EPA. Bush famously put a top oil executive as the head of the EPA. Trump has been doing similar things. Look at the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. He put a predatory payday lender as the head of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which is insane, as, by the way, they dropped the lawsuit against the predatory payday lenders. The head of Health and Human Services, Trump picked Alex Azar. Alex Azar was the head of Eli Lilly, a big pharma company, and they were price gouging people on their medicine. So now the guy who was price gouging people is responsible for lowering drug prices in the country. So this is what they do. This is what they do. I don't believe in that agency. I don't believe in that agency. I don't believe in that agency. So, yeah, I'm going to pick the guy with the most corporate conflicts of interest because that's the point. I don't want them doing their job. I don't want them regulating anything. And this is the effect. Now, in this rare instance, we could actually say this is the least bad outcome for this pick because he has to recuse himself from many of the things that they're working on. But point is, with this guy at the FTC, what kind of a culture does he bring to the FTC? A culture of, hey, hands off private business. You let them do what they want to do. And that's why this ideology is fundamentally incorrect, is that you actually should care about consumer protection. You know, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau returned about $12 billion to defrauded Americans. So in other words, Wall Street and big financial institutions screwed over Americans, lied to them, committed fraud, stole their money, and then Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, Elizabeth Warren's brainchild, stepped in and said, okay, no, you fucked up this, you fucked up this, you fucked up this, you have to return the money. So without having a cop to look over Wall Street, they're going to run roughshod over you. Just because they're wearing suits and ties doesn't mean they're good people. So this is unfortunately all too common. And the main point to take away from this is, what happened to that? This isn't draining the swamp. This is the opposite. This is filling the swamp. This is draining the swamp in everybody's mouth. That's what you're doing. Because you can't say I'm in favor of draining the swamp and then appoint the swamp and have the corruption more widespread. And that's what's happening right now.